So after picking up the Black Adam S.H. Figuarts, I was very impressed by it, having enjoyed the movie and been a fan of The Rock for many years. This is my second S.H. Figuarts of Dwayne Johnson. As you can see on the right, Bandai to Machinations also gave us his wrestling look, the WWE Superstar Series in 2016. And here we are in 2023 with DC's Black Adam. And as you can see, the evolution of The Rock from the wrestler to, of course, the Hollywood superstar. And I'm going to do a follow-up video to my review where it's just kind of a fun head swap between the two figures. And if you know a bit about the history of Black Adam, The Rock actually wanted to play this role over 10 years, maybe even more. I believe he had some sort of agreement signed, but the movie of course was just never made as they concentrated a lot more on the other characters. And finally he got the role last year. And we're going to kind of just see what The Rock would have looked like if he of course got the role of Black Adam all those years ago. Because if you look at a comic photo of Black Adam, he actually kind of looks more like his wrestling days with the hairstyle. In terms of the body, you can kind of argue which one is more accurate. And as you can see, this wrestling version is based in 2000 to 2002. And for me, this was the peak of the wrestling. This was the time when I really enjoyed watching it. And The Rock was kind of at the top of the heights. Just him and Stone Cold Steve Austin really gave me great memories of those events. And you can see that The Rock is actually a lot slimmer and leaner during those times. He had less tattoos on, only the Brahma Bull version. And I think as a wrestler, he was still quite slim. But as an average person, he was very big. But if you just compare it to now, I think this look in the last, say, 10 years, he's a bodybuilder now and he's bulked up a lot. So just looking at the two figures, I think they're accurate representations of how he's evolved. So we're going to do a quick head swap by first placing some of the WWE versions onto Black Adam. As you can see, this is a younger looking Rock over 20 years ago. So it did include 3 head sculpts. So you can see the one with the eyebrow, and then we have the kind of sturdier face and then the angry face. And then one with the sunglasses. I probably won't try this one since this is not really accurate to the Black Adam look. So I'm just going to pull off the Black Adam head sculpt and then first place the normal version. And it does kind of sit on. You can see that this is actually a pretty cool look of Black Adam. It actually does look like his comic version more. And if Rock actually got the role probably 15 years ago, this is how Black Adam would have looked like. Maybe he's not as big as he was back then. As now. But you can kind of get the idea. And I think he actually looks more like the comic version. So that's pretty cool. And then we'll put on the angry face. As you can see, I think the skin tone is probably not exactly matching, but you can kind of get away with it. And yeah, so that's actually a pretty cool look. So I'm just going to put back the normal one and just place him at the back. And then we'll bring in his wrestling version. So obviously The Rock has been a wrestler since the early 90s. And he actually made appearances in 2012 and maybe later as well. So by then he was already bulked up and had this kind of look. But you can see that this head sculpt would definitely not match this body, because by then he was a lot bigger. But you can still kind of do it, I guess. It actually doesn't fit, but you can kind of just sit on top of the neck. But I've actually got a version of the Mattel Rock in this look already, so obviously it doesn't really match. But in terms of the Black Adam version, I think it definitely works. Let's just place the head sculpt back in and bring in a closer look of the Black Adam version as well. And let's swap out the electricity chest piece, because this is kind of his in battle mode if you want. And if you've placed this on your display from afar, people will probably think this is like a comic version of Black Adam. And if you like this version, why not try this if you have the wrestling version as well. Let's put in the People's Eyebrow version, because that's probably the most iconic look of The Rock during his wrestling days. Not that he would have pulled the eyebrow in Black Adam, but this has got that kind of comic-y animated look, I guess. I think Tamarachi Nations back in 2016, their faces weren't exactly that accurate or realistic compared to what we see today. So I think this is actually pretty cool to have. The head sculpt doesn't really sit on, but you can see it still works. I probably won't use this head sculpt because I still prefer the most accurate one to the movie, which is these two head sculpts. So I'm still going to use these ones, but this would be cool for some photos. And yeah, this is what The Rock would have looked like as Black Adam if he got that role, say 10-15 years ago. So yeah, that was just a quick video and just a fun one, just to show you a head swap of the old Rock to the new one and seeing how it would look as Black Adam. And if you haven't already, make sure you check out my review of this figure. I posted it recently, and then of course stay tuned for more because I've got some more SH Figuarts reviews to post as well. Thanks for watching and hope to see you very soon.